If you think that being a teenager is hard, just wait until you enter your early 20s. You know that song, 22? Yeah, you're gonna have a great time at 22 for like 2 minutes. Well, okay, actually, it really depends. Some people obviously have different situations. But when you enter your mid-20s, that's when everything changes. Your body changes. You feel more pain. You get more tired. All of a sudden, things don't heal the next day. Your doctors will start telling you, oh yeah, you gotta do this test, you gotta do this test, you gotta try doing this test. I have to do an eye test every year. I don't know I have to do an eye test every year. Like, I wear glasses. I thought I'm fine. But they're like, no, you might potentially have glaucoma. And I was like, what the f is glaucoma? And they're like, oh, it's like this thing that has a lot of pressure on your eyes. You just gotta keep track of it. And I'm like, what? For women, you gotta do like the yearly vagina checkups, which admittedly I don't do because I'm too scared. Especially if you're very active. And that's my excuse. I'm not active, so I'm like, yeah, I don't have to go. But apparently, even if you're not active, you still have to go. My doctor, recently, he was like, yeah, by the way, you should, like, do this test. And I was like, but I'm not active. And he was like, yeah, it doesn't matter. Like, I remember back when I was, like, 20 or something, I asked my doctor. I was like, hey, do I need to do this test? And he was like, well, if you're not really active, then it should be fine. And then now, all of a sudden, like, his answer changed. And then you know why? It's because I'm getting old. Like, that's so unfair. I'm not even that far away from 20. It's just, like, a couple years difference. And I'm like, no way, I thought I had at least, like, 4 more years. And I was like, but... I'm afraid. And my doctor was just like, you gotta get the test. It's like, we need to check if it's like healthy or not. And I was like, is there any way you can check it without like inserting anything? And he was like, no. And I was like, alright, I'll think about it. And so like what we decided to do is we decided to book an appointment at the end of this year. It was so awkward because my like family doctor's a dude. And he'd be like, we need to give you a pap smear like now. And I was like, I can't. And he's like, can you do next month? And I was like, no, because it's my mom's birthday. And he was like, isn't that just one day out of like 30? And I was like, I just need more mental time to like prepare. And he was like, okay, we'll put one on the end of the year. And I was like, okay. But actually, I might not even be in the country at the end of the year. So that was my plan this whole time. It feels so invasive. I know! I've never done one in my life and I'm terrified. You know what I did? I went on Reddit and I was like, are pap smears really that bad? And like a good chunk of people were like, it doesn't actually hurt that much. But then I saw this one post. And this girl literally said the exact same thing I said. She was like, I've never used tampons before, and I'm not sexually active, and I've never had penetrative sex. So it was my first time getting this pap smear and I was terrified. And the nurse was so nice. When she started, it hurt so much, but I told the nurse and we had to take a break and I read that and I was like, shit, I can't. I'm sorry. Like, look, see? This girl, this one post on Reddit, like, traumatized me. I was like, I'm not gonna make it, like, no. That your pain tolerance can handle it. I don't know. Physically, I don't really have much of a pain tolerance. Like, I think I put all my stats into the mental game. And so every time I stub my toe, I feel like I might die. You survived the wisdom teeth? Yeah, but I was also like, I was sleeping. I asked the doctor, I was like, can you put me under? And the doctor looked at me and he was like, no. And I was like, why? I'll be more relaxed. Like, I'll be limp. He was just like, yeah, no. And I was like, why can't you just do this for me? You could just let me sleep there. Thankfully, Enna just suck it up. I can't. I'm sorry. I'm so scared. I am so scared of like inserting stuff into your body. I can't. The one time that I did do a blood test, I like fainted. Looking at something like being inserted into me like really freaked me out. And I don't know why I looked at it the first time, but like when I did, I just fainted. Ask someone to go with you? No! I ask a friend to go with me, they're gonna see my downstairs. That's so embarrassing. Also, I don't even want the nurse to see me. I'm like, can you close your eyes and just... I'm not gonna ask my friend to hold my f***ing hand while my legs are spread apart for a nurse to insert some metal thing up my vagina. Like, no. I'd rather actually be alone. But then I'm also afraid of being alone. I'm just afraid. Like, why they gotta insert stuff? I don't get it. There must be another way. One of my girlfriends was like, try using a tampon from now on, so then you can like prepare for it. Like, she gave me a tampon and it's like this tiny ass thing. Actually, I thought it was a lot like bigger, but like it's really tiny. And I was just like, what if you like insert it in and you can't find it and you can't get it out? And she was like, no, there's a string. And I was like, what if the string breaks? And she's like, I promise it doesn't work like that. And she was like explaining it. And I was like, no, it's gonna get lost. That's the, you know, like we have the abyss downstairs. You put something in there, it disappears. It's a black hole. And she was like, girl, what are you saying? And I was like, I don't know, but I don't want to put that up. I know this is very TMI, especially for the guys, but you know, I hope there's some girlies in the chat that can like tell me that it's not too bad. Is there anyone in here who's comfortable telling me that a pap smear isn't too bad? Okay, I feel like the people who say it's not that bad is because they use tampons, and that helps to like, you know, like you're kind of used to putting something in there. I've never put anything up there, like nothing. I'm scared. Too much info. I don't fucking care. This is something that's like health related, okay? My wife never used tampons and is about as much of a baby as you. She managed to survive. How do I know that your wife is real? How do I know that you're not lying to me? I need a video of your wife saying that, hello, I am this person's wife, and I heard that you're freaking out about a pap smear. I'm here to tell you that I need these girls to tell me in a video with their face and with their voice that a pap smear is not that bad. And I'm gonna watch these videos every month until my appointment comes up. Why do you believe people on Reddit? Because I give in to my fears and my insecurities. And when you give in to your fears and your insecurities, you turn to those forms to further encourage those fears and insecurities so that you can paint yourself. So true, bestie. You know I'm right. And those people like go on Reddit after their procedure. They're like, I just went last week, or I just went 3 days ago. Like, those are like the latest updates. It's 2 seconds. It's not 2 seconds. I asked them. I think he said half a minute to a minute. I was like, a minute? A minute? What are you looking for in there? Are you looking for your whole ancestry, your family tree, and my vacation? Like, a minute? Like, my new kettle. The Animal Crossing kettle boils water in like 30 seconds. I can't believe my pap smear is gonna last longer than that. That's crazy. It isn't a minute? I don't know. That's what he told me. Take a pain reliever before you go? I don't know if that's gonna help. Will that help? I can't, guys. I'm terrified. I'm terrified. Enna is afraid of weird things. How about you go to your kitchen, get 1 chopstick, and put it up your butthole, and tell me you're not afraid. Do it! Do it now! I want you to do that right now. I feel like what I'm afraid of is very, very reasonable. Gladly? Shit, oh fuck. I take that back. I don't want to know, actually. I unironically did that when I was 10. You know what you should have done? You should have sent that in to a confession stream that like happened recently. Like you should send that and have it be read out loud by like those weird ass Twitch streamers. That was wild. That is the wildest thing I've ever read in chat. You take the #1 spot. Congratulations. That's crazy. You know what I did when I was 10? I like probably just ate a booger or something. That's it. And I thought that was wild. I was like, oh my god, I'm gonna eat my booger. Oh my god, it's kind of salty. Ew. And then I spat it out. I was like, shit, I'm a daredevil. But you know what? You win by like a landslide. I give up. I just want to play Elden Ring. Always wanted everybody to call me One-chan. I'm gonna get demonetized.